Hi, I'm Kelly Bowler at Book and Paper Arts, and this is my first junk journal for the design team at the Graphics Fairy. It's a free-form journal, and it ties with some tea-dyed sari silk, a vintage celluloid button, and the covers are made from plant-dyed papers that are steamed with purple and yellow onion skins. I didn't have a firm theme when I was choosing the images for this junk journal, but I was thinking about a journey or a pilgrimage, and that influenced a lot of the choices, such as this lady, who is available on the Graphics Fairy. She's one of the Shakespearean Ladies, Part 2. I like a lot of blank pages in my junk journals so that they can actually be used as a diary or records or drawing. One of the things that I really like about the premium member site at the Graphics Fairy is how it has so many pre-created pockets, envelopes, note cards, boxes, all of that fun stuff. And this is one. And you can see how it was already, I printed it, and it has the tabs. Everything's designed, so all you have to do is print it, cut it, tape down the tabs, and hey presto, a card. Sorry, an envelope. And inside is a note card for more record keeping. And this all goes into another pocket that is made from tracing paper. And I like using tracing paper a lot because it's translucent and it allows you to see everything underneath it, including this, which is another thing that I really love at the Graphics Fairy, which is printable washi tape. They suggest that you print it on sticky paper, which is fine, but I love printing it on the tracing paper and using it for borders and whatnot because, again, you can just get so much layer and depth. This is a piece of stiffened cheesecloth, and I've added an astrolabe. And if any of you can read one of those, that would be helpful on our journey. This pocket is from a vintage field guide of British flowers. And inside, I've added a little book made from ledger papers and tea bag pages. As much as I love this, I'm not entirely sure how practical it is, but we're taking it with us anyway. This is a vintage doily that is stiffened. Like the cheesecloth, it is stiffened with a layer of PVA or white craft glue. And when it dries, it's nice and stiff. I can't imagine a journey without paper and pens and ink, so when I saw this image of the vintage ink bottle, I knew it was coming with us. Here we have some more pockets. This image is also printed from the Graphics Fairy, and I added it to an original carte de visite backing that I had left over from another project. In this pocket, I've made a little notebook for journal keeping. It's a concertina or accordion fold. And the book covers are made from, this is the steampunk collection of airships and balloons. And that's at the Graphics Fairy. I really need that. This is a old wrapper that came with some linen thread. And this is just a fun collage page where some sheet music has been added to the cheesecloth. And over that is a tea bag. And then here is some more of the printable washi tape, which has teeny tiny little baby hedgehogs. And all I gotta say is, if you don't love washi tape with tiny little hedgehogs, I just want to know what's wrong with you. I added this jellyfish to a vintage letter. It came from a nearby Welsh farmhouse, and it has mouse teeth marks to prove it. The centerpiece of the book is a quote from Annie Dillard. "We awaken, if we awake at all, to mystery." I've handwritten this on a piece of Tim Holtz graphed glassine paper. And I love this stuff. But unless I'm mistaken, it's been discontinued because I can't find it anywhere. So, and I really love it, and I'm hoarding every last sheet that I have. Tim Holtz, if you're listening, bring back the craft glassine paper. Please. Please bring it back, because I'm a desperate woman. To go with the quote is a sort of free-form triptych. And inside is a lady who looks as if she is acquainted with mystery, or else maybe she's just bored. Again, I've added tea bags for some faux mark making to the page, which also has a pocket made from a vintage field guide of butterflies. And inside is a luggage tag from the Graphics Fairy. Here's another pocket. And you can see again the tabs. You just print it, cut it out, glue them down. And again, this is on a tracing paper so that you get a little bit more detail of this note card. This is something else that I'm really in love with from the premium member site, and it is, I guess, almost like a wallpaper. It's comes ready to print as an A4 size or an 8x10 size. And in this case, it's just repeated little peacocks. And it comes in several different kinds of birds. But I really like the peacocks here. And to it, I've added an embellishment that looks as if it comes from a celestial map. Printed on tracing paper, glue it on top, and it lets the peacocks come through. Corner pocket. Some embellishments. And these are some more cards that you can use for journal keeping. I really love these birds' eggs, and I think partly it's because they are earthbound, but something about them it suggests that they are about to become airborne as well. And I think that's pertinent to a pilgrimage or a creative journey of any kind. This is, to that end, we have another triptych, which kind of makes an ad hoc shrine. And this is from the Graphics Fairy. I've added my own crow and put it on a vintage handwritten letter. And finally, there's just another little pocket with a carte de visite anchored by some lace. And that is the journal. To see most of these images, you can go to thegraphicsfairy.com. If you have any questions about the techniques that I've used, please put your questions in the comments underneath, and I'll get right back to you. Visit me at bookandpaperarts.com, and until this time next month, happy trails.